Hi all. So week 1 is done. It has been an interesting week, but what has helped me, I think, is doing something that I normally do. Like this, I usually teach classes. I teach yoga classes, or I have personal training clients, or the counseling stuff. And I have Jericho right here. He's going to be my angry partner today. Anyway, I thought today we would do some trauma-sensitive yoga, and I encourage you, just like I'm doing something that is normal to me, I encourage you to find maybe one thing that before all this stuff happened that was normal for you. If you took a walk in the morning, continue to do that. If whatever you used to do, try and continue to do as much, just one thing to feel that normalcy, because everything else is crazy and jumbled. So just respecting that, but allowing ourselves to have something of ourselves, have something normal to keep us grounded as much as we can. So anyway, today, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of trauma-sensitive yoga. If you can, go ahead and find a chair, find a blanket, and a pillow. You can press pause if you need to get all of that stuff together. But when you're ready, if you'd like, you can sit on the blanket. I might do that right now. And finding a seated position that is most comfortable for you. So maybe, I'll go back here a little bit more. So maybe on your knees, that might feel good. It might feel good for the front of your feet, and maybe this isn't available to you. So maybe sitting on your side, right here, or maybe sitting simple, cross-leg. If you're finding that your legs are super tight up here, go ahead and take your pillow, or double up on the pillows. You can grab a couple pillows and take a seat on the pillow. Scooch a little forward so you're tall, and allow gravity to pull your legs towards the floor, and that will help release that. That'll give you some support there as well. So when you're ready, beginning to just quiet your mind and quiet your body, and maybe rocking a little bit forwards and backwards. Remembering the rocking is a very primal, very lizard brain thing. I guess it's very soothing. It allows endorphins to begin to flow. That's why babies, they love to rock. They love to be rocked. It's soothing because it's a very primal brain thing. So maybe rocking front to back. It's a little self-soothing stuff. Or rocking it from side to side. And then when you're ready, maybe finding some stillness and dropping your chin towards your chest. As we're doing this, imagining, I like to imagine what I see is like 2 elephant legs stepping onto my shoulders and pressing my shoulders away from my ears. So I have just made my arms very, very heavy. I'm getting a nice long neck here. And then lift that back up to the center. And then maybe dropping one ear towards one shoulder. And if it feels okay for you, go ahead and take your right hand, because I've got my right ear to my right shoulder. Take that right hand, place it on your head, right above your ear, and gently pull, just gently. And as you're doing that, that left arm is very heavy. And so you're getting a nice stretch on that neck. Good. And then gently release the arm. Let's bring this back to center and taking it to the other side. So let's take that left hand, place it right on that head above the ear, and let the right arm be very heavy, and gently pull. Good. Bring this back to center. And then maybe taking your hands, clasping them, and placing them behind your neck, at the base of your neck, at the base of your skull. And then maybe pressing your palms into your skull if this feels comfortable for you. Kind of making a brace for your neck. You can keep it here, or if you like, you can bring that chin a little bit forward, but not too much that it's painful, just as much as it's supporting, like it's supporting your jaw and the base of your head, your skull, and gently pulling that. And then let's lift that head back up to center and then release our arms. Very nice. Let's take our arms out in front of us. So pressing through our hands, imagining that our fingers are going to go all the way back towards our wrists and towards our forearms. So really press through those hands, and then let's take our fingers and press them down. So lift that up and press it down, and lift it up and press it down, and maybe roll those wrists and then roll them the other way. Good. And then taking the hand, placing it on those fingers, press through the heel of the hand, and then release, and then press through the other heel of the hand, and then release. Very nice. Go ahead. I'm going to make some space. So you'll want some space out so that we can do some breathing and some movement with our arms. So let's go ahead and roll our shoulders. We'll roll them out a little bit and roll them forward. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead and crunch the shoulders up to the ears. We'll scrunch them. Scrunch them up to the ears. Scrunch, crunch, scrunch. And very heavy. Again, those elephants are going to stand on your shoulders and drop. Good. Let's lift that up. Crunch, 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 crunch. And drop. And one more time. Let's lift this up. Crunch. And drop. Very nice. Again, drop your chin to your chest. Lift your head center. Drop your ear to shoulder. Lift your head center, other ear to shoulder. And lift head center. Drop the chin, and let's go ahead and roll that head, shoulder, chest, shoulder. So we get some nice little half circles here. While you are doing this, maybe take stock of your neck, of your shoulders. Maybe recognizing if there's any tightness or tension and where that is built up at. Like mine right now is built up in the top of my shoulder and the base of my neck. So maybe recognizing that. Good. And then bringing that head back up to center. Very nice. We're going to go ahead and inhale, sweeping our arms up towards the sky. And exhale, press the palms down. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, press down. Inhale and lift. And on our exhale, if it's available to you, let's clasp the hands behind your back and open your chest. That means you can straighten your arms if you can. If you'd like to keep your elbows bent, you can do that too. But opening our chest, our hands are going down towards the floor, looking straight forward, nice and tall. And then let's go ahead and bend at our elbows and release our hands. Inhale and sweep up. And exhale, press down. And inhale, lift up. And again, on our exhale, let's clasp our hands behind, open our chest, right there, lengthen through those arms if it's available. And now let's drop the chin to the chest. So now we've got super long arms and super long neck. The crown of the head is lifting the opposite way of the hands. And then bring that head up and release those elbows. Good. Go ahead and roll that out a little bit. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Keep our hands at the top, clasp them, press through palms of the hands to the ceiling. And now maybe go a little bit from side to side. And make space in your torso. Make space between each rib. So kind of imagining that your torso is getting taller and your arms may be burning. It may be difficult to hold them up, and you can take a break at any time. So if you need to break it and then bring it back up, you can do that. But then finding some stillness, and we'll inhale it deeply here. And on our exhale, just let that breath go. So breathing fire breath out of the back of your throat. Inhale deeply. And exhale fire. Inhale deep. And exhale fire. And one more time. Inhale deep. And exhale fire. And inhale. And on our exhale, letting our arms slowly float, float, float down towards the floor, blood going back to our fingers, and then relax. Good. Roll that out. Let's sweep our arms up, and let's go ahead and drop our left hand to the floor, or if you'd like, you can have your chair here, whatever feels best for you. But dropping that to the floor, and then reaching our fingers out and reaching over. As we're doing this, think about being able to look to the ceiling. Think about that rib cage and that belly kind of twisting open towards the ceiling. So trying to open up our heart. Inhale it here. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up and take it to the other side, reaching that over, and again thinking about rib cage and belly and twisting that open towards the ceiling as much as you can. Heart is shifting towards the sky and reaching that, and inhale deep here and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Inhale and sweep our arms up, and then exhale, release our arms to our sides. Very nice. Go ahead and roll the shoulders a little bit again. Let's go ahead and take our left hand and place it onto our right thigh. So we're placing it behind the knee, and take our right hand and follow with your thumb, follow your spine down towards the floor, and then place your fingers on the floor, tenting them. So this is behind you, sitting up tall and twisting. As you're twisting, you're looking over your shoulder, and then take your eyes and look back further. Inhale it deeply here, and exhale, and inhale. And on our exhale, let's bring this back to center. Good, let's take it to the other side. So taking our right hand, placing it onto the left thigh. Let's take our left hand, take that thumb, follow the spine down, and then tent those fingers onto the floor so that you get that open. Sit that up and twist. And taking our eyes back even further, inhale it here, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. And bring this back to center. Let's sweep those arms up one more time, and then exhale and press this down. Very nice. Okay, go ahead and move the pillow and that blanket off to the side. If you're on floor, if you don't have carpet, or if your knees are hurting, then go ahead and use that blanket, because we're going to come onto all fours right here. So I'm going to come to the side. So we're on all fours, so that our shoulders are right over our wrists and that our hips are right over our knees. So we're going to go into some cat and cow. So dropping our belly to the floor, eyes to the sky. Let's inhale deeply here. And exhale, chin to chest, round that spine up into that big cat back stretch. And drop the belly to the floor, eyes to the sky, inhale. And round the spine, chin to chest, exhale. And dropping belly to the floor, eyes to the sky, inhale. And dropping belly to the floor, round that spine, Actually bring that belly button up towards your spine and round it up. Exhale and inhale, dropping belly to the floor. And exhale, round that spine up. Good, bringing this back nice and flat. And we're going to take it back into child's form, child's pose. And we're going to sit our glutes back towards our heels and reaching our arms out in front. Now, if you are finding that you are having a huge amount of space right here, that your glutes won't go back to your heels, then go ahead and grab your pillows. And you can place those pillows or pillow right there, and you can take that down. If it's difficult for you to have your arms out in front of you, then go ahead and feel free to take your arms to your side, palms facing up, but allow yourself to be right here. This is a pretty primal little pose too, primal form. And maybe rocking a little bit from side to side here. And then from here, let's walk our hands over to the right. And we're going to sit our left glute towards our left heel. And we're going to reach through that left arm. So I'm really reaching. And then let's switch sides. So taking this to the other side and reaching. And bringing this back to center. Good. Let's bring ourselves back onto all fours. And from here, take your knees a little wider than your hips and maybe rock a little bit from side to side here. This will release wrists and it will release those hips a little bit. Just rocking that. And if you want to, you can wiggle your booty a little bit. That actually releases the hips too. Good. And then maybe taking it back. This time we're going to take our child's form back with our big toes touching and our knees apart. So now we'll get even more of a hip opener here. And the hip openers are super important because we don't realize how much stress we hold in our hips. Yes, we may feel the tightness in our low back a lot or in our shoulders and in our neck, but our hips and our hip flexors are so strong and tight that they hold on to things. And then when you start to move around, it gets very painful. So hip openers are super important to help release that tension. And as that happens, it releases all kinds of other things too. I know that when I do a class that's full of hip openers, it usually gets it can release a lot of emotions. And I've had where even a couple weeks ago, I had some students say that they had some pretty strange dreams after class that night. So we did a whole class on hip. It was just opening those hips. But maybe if you can, maybe sitting on those heels, if it's available to you again, and maybe rocking a little bit front and back, and then maybe a little bit side to side. And then dropping over to one side. And this is where we're going to go ahead and get that chair. So you can have your blanket below you. Go ahead and bring that chair towards you. And you can either put the pillow underneath you, or you can put the pillow on your chair, or you can do a pillow on both places. So I'm going to put the pillow on the chair. And then scoot yourself very close to your chair. And we're going to go ahead and take our legs up onto the chair. And laying it down right here and allowing our legs to be higher than our heart. So this is an inversion. It's very good for that circulation. You can allow your arms, your hands to rest onto the side. Maybe if your neck is a little bit, if it's tight, and if it feels okay for you, maybe taking the crown of your head and taking it back and looking your eyes back further so that you get good stretch here. This is kind of a supported fish pose form. And then let's go ahead and bring that back. Dropping your neck over to one side and then drop it to the other side. Good, and bring this back to center. If it's available to you, maybe straightening through one of your legs, and then maybe pointing the toe and flexing the foot, and pointing the toe and flexing the foot, and pointing the toe and flexing the foot, and then go ahead and release that back down. Let's go ahead and take it to the other side, flexing through that foot. Go ahead and point that toe and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and release. Very nice. Good. We're going to hold ourselves here. If it feels okay for you, you can have your arms to your side, or you can have them out into a T. And if you have them out into the T, maybe palms up. So this will open your shoulders even more. It rotates those shoulder blades back, rotates the shoulders back. You can bend at the elbows. And as we are here, those legs are higher than the heart. We're going to focus on our breathing. So let's inhale deeply through the nose. And let's exhale through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Continue to inhale and exhale at the pace that is most comfortable for you. And again, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. As you're breathing, you're thinking about that rib cage, the lungs lifting up, floating to the sky on that inhale. And then on that exhale, everything becoming heavy and sinking towards the floor. Inhale deep. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And you can stay here as long as you want. I'm going to move on so you can rewind back to this when you're ready to move on. And go ahead and push that chair off to the side and reach behind both of the knees and pull this into the chest, shoulders away from our ears, and then forehead to the knees. Make yourself a nice little ball. And then gently release. We're going to take both of those legs and drop them over to one side. And again, your arms, they're out into that nice big T. And if it's available to you, maybe looking over the opposite way of your legs. As you are here, your body might want to tense and tighten up, especially your back. So think about where the tension and tightness is at. And then with our deep breath in, use our exhale to release and relax the muscles. Inhale. And exhale. And gently bring this back to center and drop our knees over to the other side. And again, if it's available to you, one side may be tighter than the other, especially in your neck or your back. And looking the opposite way, and we'll inhale here and exhale and inhale and exhale. And finally, let's move into our final Shavasana, or final portion of the class, or corpse position. So you can bring your chair back close to you if it felt better to have your legs up, or if it feels okay to have your legs down and arms out, feet open off to the side, or if it feels better to have your knees bent so that your low back can be into the floor. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. Begin to quiet the mind, quiet the body, relax the mind, and relax the body. Give yourself this time. You deserve this. I'm going to move off to the side, but I'm going to let the music continue to play. Thank you for joining me today, and continue to relax. Remember, you're not alone.